NFL 24 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Dolphins and the Chargers, and it's all up next.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the LA Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started.
New season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Now, Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
Injuries overshadowed a great season from Tua last season. He led a Miami passing game that was one of the best in the league, and even more importantly, took them to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. That jump they were looking for from him, it absolutely occurred.
Now the rookie third-round pick, it's Devon Achane. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. Achane on the counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And the tackle for loss goes to Eric Kendricks.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
There
he goes left side. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards. Certainly worth noting he's now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Alec Ingold, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
The Chargers just continue to improve and take steps forward under the quiet leadership of Herbert, who's been the most productive quarterback in league history through his first 3 seasons. Over 4,700 yards last year. He's expecting to crack the 5,000-yard mark in this season.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to...
into a sea of defenders and entered. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. A Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping them. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. After the turnover, it's Tua. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
On second down, a run by Achane. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Well, such a great week 1 matchup here, the Dolphins and Chargers. And fairly or unfairly, these two QBs are going to be measured against one another probably for the rest of their careers. Remember, Tua was the number 5 overall pick in 2020. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. And the rookie Darius Davis deep for the Chargers. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. It's reeled in downfield by Johnston. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Nick Vanette taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Achane to start the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the 1st half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. This is intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over here up near the 40.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing
Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Now Herbert off the bootleg. They'll roll him in. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now 3rd down and very long. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover. But I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
Play action. Now it's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 29 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Nick Needham picks it off. And they'll spot him at at the 3-yard line. That's such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is and oftentimes is successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. They have the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Darius Davis on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3-and-out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive and keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
No, 4th down, so the charge. And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Jet sweep. This is Johnston. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. That play over before it got anywhere thanks to Christian Wilkins. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
2nd down and 3. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. The short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. throw. 32 yards. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Play action. It's Herbert rolling to his right. He's got a man complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Herbert throwing again. He's got another one to Johnston. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. Herbert now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Go.
Herbert off of play action. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. honed in on it and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Here's Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up fourth. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
The goal was to score just before the break, but I'm not sure that a safety was how they expected to do it. But give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. So we've reached halftime here on opening week. All right, we will save the week one highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And Charles, I mean, look, you don't bench a starter of his caliber, but 4 first-half interceptions. How do you handle it from here?
Well, the easy thing is right away you try and run the football, take some pressure off of him, but you know the defense understands that as well. My second thing is give him throws that are safer, throws that he's confident in, the ones that he likes to make, and that way you try and get his confidence back up.
Oh, boy, kind of hold your breath here because Justin Herbert, he appears to be in some discomfort after that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week one. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Stick. That's complete to Palmer. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down. And quickly they get to the line. Off play action, it's Stick. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now the 7-year veteran, Austin Eckler. And he's going to be taken down at the 39. Clearly short of the first by a few yards. On fourth down, here's Stick. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as the defense couldn't come up with a big play. In fact, they got 6 more than they needed. A gain of 8 on 4th and 2. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stick looks to throw. Stick, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, if they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime, they're fortunate to retain.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the out route, he's got Mostert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On first down, back to Achane. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Achane here, they stay on the ground. Gets by him at the 25. Through the middle of the field. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Dolphins are able to stretch out their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Devon Achane who finished things off with a touchdown reception. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he returns this to the 22. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And this one will be brought back to the 22. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his... After the turnover, it's Tua. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Herbert. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's another Chargers first down.
Up the gut, Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
24-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Herbert on third down now. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Achane. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and 9.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd.
Here's Tua. And that will be incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Olave over the middle. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Up the middle with Eckler. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Justin Herbert looking to pass and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Wilson's got it complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Herbert now. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Up the middle, Achane. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll run for it with Achane. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the 1st. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the...
I ain't tripping, this is easy, easy. Got them excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it and repeat.